Ticket sales for Batman Returns soar past $50 million in well under a week. Batmania is loose upon the land, and as today's Inside Story proves, symptoms have been around for more than half a century. Batmania is whipping the country into a frenzy with the record-breaking success of Batman Returns. But Batman has actually been flying for over 50 years. Artist Bob Kane, who created the Caped Crusader for comic books in 1939, says his Bat hero is a fantasy character many people can relate to.
I would like to drive a Batmobile and do daring deeds and save Catwoman from the evil and try to reform her and maybe marry her, you know. It's all in a fictional world.
Kane says he modeled the Batman on drawings from Leonardo da Vinci and on the character of Zorro. When Batman hit comic books, he swept the competition.
The first year it really was. It took off, and oddly enough, it took off even greater when I created Robin a year later in 1940. And I started to think, hey, maybe this has possibilities to go someplace. And then in 1943, they did a movie serial in Hollywood. In 1949, they did another movie serial.
The 1949 serial starred Robert Lowry as Batman and John Duncan as Robin. Their Batmobile was just a gray convertible, and their costumes didn't fit too well, but they were big with audiences. Lowry died in 1971. Duncan, now retired and about to move to Missouri, says he remembers those times well.
It was really popular back in those days. We're talking about 42 or 43 years ago. And I used to make personal appearances at different theaters, and the kids would line up for 2 or 3 blocks just to see it.
Batman stayed big in comic books until the next giant wave of Batmania in 1966, when the TV show starring Adam West and Burt Ward hit the air.
Turbines to speed. Roger. Ready to move out.
I had a feeling from the beginning after reading the pilot script that it was going to be something very ambitious and fun stuff.
This Batman was more comic and cartoonish, but it made household names of the dynamic duo. West now lives in Ketchum, Idaho, but says that he still has legions of Bat fans writing to him, and he's even listed as Batman in the local phone book. He finds the whole Bat craze very amusing.
Do you want the classic or do you want the new thing? You know, it's up to you. Maybe they're both good.
Back then, Batman had his Catwoman, played by several actresses, including Lee Meriwether. Meriwether says people still remember her feline portrayal.
We're all a part of, well, television history, as it were, and I rather enjoy it. I'm rather pleased that people do remember.
The Batman rage of the 60s spawned lots of Batmaniacs. Advertising executive Joe Desris has one of the biggest collections of Bat memorabilia, including the Bat toothbrush, the Bat phone, and Bat crayons.
Well, I haven't run out of room yet, although it's all over the place. It's at relatives' homes. There's things here where I live. There's a big room full at the office, a lot of stuff stashed away in boxes. My parents have stuff.
Batman comic books have even become fine art. This Chicago gallery displays Batman, and this strip alone is worth $6,000. So this new wave of Batmania is nothing new. Batman has been big bucks for over half a century.
And so I think it'll go on for another 50 years. And one day I'll be looking down from the Batcave in the sky and say, hey, they're doing Batman 462. Please send the residuals up.
Batman creator Bob Kane's bank account will likely continue to grow. He says discussions are already underway for Batman.